Hey guys, it is Thursday, April 10th, 2025, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. Guys, we are continuing with the month of April 2025, themed with free compressors, which is a theme that we brought over from last month because there's just so many free compressors. And I'll be also sprinkling in some other VSTs that I've been working with, some new releases on the market. Remember guys, I do this multiple times a week, so keep checking back if you're looking for free VST plugins. All right, let's jump right into it. The free VST plugins for today are as follows. So first up here, we have A-Tone from Analog Obsession. Next up, we're going to be looking at Buster SE, also from Analog Obsession. After that, we'll be checking out Zebralet 3. This is the second beta release, second public beta from the developer Yuhi. And last up for today, we'll be looking at Barrier from the developer Kit Plugins. So let's look at the website real quick. Since we're here, let's jump to Kit Plugins website for Barrier. So it's right here. You just add to cart, free download, of course. Pretty straightforward stuff. What is this? Features, system requirements. Let's look at this real quick. So it is Mac and PC compatible. All right, let's jump to this one. For Zebralet 3, it's currently on this site right here on the KVR forum. This is where the link will take you. And the download links are right here. Mac, PC, and Linux compatible. Let's look at Buster SE. So as we know, Analog Obsession, they have their Patreon page. You can support them if you're able to. And it is Mac and PC compatible, as you can see right there. Mac and PC compatible. So the last download page, once again, Analog Obsession Patreon page for A-Tone, Mac and PC compatible. Download right there. All right, so let's jump over to the DAW. As usual, we got something that I was working on today. We will hear the progression tomorrow, but this is what we got so far. And then we'll check out these plugins. So check out the idea so far. All right, so first up we have this piano here. And we got Buster SE. So let's mess around, see if we can bring out some more details. So this is a bus style compressor. So you don't have to necessarily use it on a bus, but that's what they're going for with the look, the typical bus style compressor look. The interface is resizable, so you go to this bottom corner right here and you'll be able to drag it out. Just like a majority of the Analog Obsession plugins, if you go to the Analog Obsession badge right here and you click on it, it turns red and oversampling gets turned on. So it has built-in oversampling. So let's start dialing in. We have our threshold here. Let's bring that down. Ratio, let's put the ratio 4:1. Let's turn it on first. How about that? There we go. So we got our gain reduction meter up here. Let me see what's going on. It's way too much gain reduction. All right, let's give it. So the release times and the attack times are presets. There's no in between. They snap to these preset values. And with the release, there is an auto option. So let's do the auto option for the release. Let's do about a 10 millisecond attack time. Ratios are 4. We have a wet dry mix here, so you can do it in parallel if you want to. It's down some makeup gain. Over here, we actually have some tone algorithms. So we have main, we have turbo, and we can actually have the turbo and or the transformer on at the same time. These are different tone algorithms. It's gonna affect how the compressor is acting in the background, the style of compressor, and it's just gonna give you different tonal characteristics. Over here we have a sidechain filter EQ kind of thing going on here. And this over here is to actually dial in some transient properties dealing with the sidechain signal also. And you can actually turn on external sidechain if you want this compressor to react to another audio source other than the channel that it's on. So that's pretty much it for the Buster SE. Next up, let's look at Atone. So this one is a channel strip, and on the channel strip it has a compressor, so that's why I have it here. So I'm going to utilize the channel strip section. So over here we have a filter, high pass, low pass filter, an input knob. Then we have a full 3-band EQ here, high, mid, low. We have switches here to turn these sections on and off. Okay, why is it not turning back on? Weird. It'd be nice if it can turn back on. There we go. That was weird. All right, so when it's on, they give you some kind of visual feedback there, so you see that it's on or off in this compressor section. This compressor section is very basic. We have our gain reduction meter, attack times, fast to slow, and in between. And then we also have the release, fast to slow. We have an output knob here where you can trim or do some makeup gain. And one thing I was checking, and I'm gonna start checking with most of these plugins, is it is touchscreen compatible. So right now I'm gonna touch the screen and start moving. Right there, I'm moving the output knob by swiping up and down on my laptop screen, which is touchscreen, which which is interesting because it's actually working. There, I'm moving the attack, EQ, all touchscreen. I think also the Buster SE, same thing. If I move this, yeah, I'm moving this right here. Let's zoom in. I'm doing that with my finger. So the touchscreen is working on these plugins. A couple of weeks back, I was trying it with one of the Analog Obsession plugins and the touchscreen wasn't working, but they're working here. So let me dial in some settings real quick. Let's reset all of this. I'm gonna use this to take out some of the low end low pass filter. What I would love to see here is as I'm dialing in the high pass filter, I should say, I would love to see what frequency I'm at. I just know this is 20 hertz and this is 600 hertz. I'd love to know what all this in between is. But I guess they want you to just dial it in by sound. So one cool thing is they have this coded to be gain compensated. So as I'm driving this input, you'll hear the piano get crunchy, but it doesn't get louder. So it's gain compensating behind the scenes, which is pretty cool. So if that was a desired sound that I was looking for, I don't have to worry about gain compensating over here, because I might want to do gain recovery after the compressor over here. So it's good that that's gain compensated on the input here. Makeup gain is the word I'm looking for. Alright, so let's dial in some mild EQ. And then let's go for compression. So the amount knob on the compressor is pretty much acting like your threshold and your ratio all in one. All right, moving right along. Let's turn that off for now. So let's look at ZebraLet. So we have two instances of ZebraLet here. We have one. Let's listen to what that sounds like. Let me turn off barrier. This is what it sounds like raw. This preset that I selected. So for those of you who don't know, ZebraLet is from Yuhi, and it's like the little brother to Yuhi's massive synth called Zebra. ZebraLet is the free version, and they give you a lot of good options, a lot of interface options here as far as oscillators and what you could do, and it's very functional, very, very functional. So what they did with this, this is version 3 that's in beta, the second beta. There's still version, I think 2 point something on their regular site, and they are working on the release of Zebra. And while they're working on Zebra, they're actually working on ZebraLet, but they're focusing right now on getting Zebra finished and released, the latest version of Zebra. Once that's done, they will wrap up finishing up doing ZebraLet 3 and release that. But for now, they are putting out beta versions for you to test out. So, you know, it's beta. So sometimes there might be a little buggy issues. It might crash or cause your DAW to crash. So, you know, use at your own risk. But I haven't had any problems with the ZebraLet betas. I've been using the first beta. This is the second beta, and it's been fine. So over here, we have preset button. Hit there, and there's a lot of presets here, and they have them categorized. I'm liking the new preset browser, because their older preset browser was a little bit messy, but I'm always a fan of them having stuff in categories. You can kind of filter down what you're searching for. So always appreciate it. If you're into tweaking, the interface is here, sky's the limit, with oscillators, envelopes, LFOs, all that good stuff. So definitely check that out. We have two oscillators here, envelope LFO1, LFO2. There are built-in effects. I know there's delay, reverb right here. So if you're into synths and tweaking, synthesizing your own sound, then go crazy. I usually just go in here for the presets and see if there's something that sparks my interest. So that's why this sound is here. Let's listen to the next one. So I have another instance of it playing here. This one. So that's ZebraLet. Now let's look at Barrier. So on this instance of ZebraLet, I added Barrier, which is this plugin here. Let's turn it on. Because I wanted to dirty that sound up a little bit. These two sounds are supporting each other left and right in this composition. One is pan hard left, one is pan hard right. So I wanted a different texture on one side. So that's why I added Barrier to this sound. Might dial it back a little bit with the mix knob here. So this is basic distortion. That's what they're going for. By default, this is linked when you're dialing it in. It's linked to the output knob. So as I'm cranking, it's gain compensation. It's gain compensating as I'm cranking how much distortion I want. There's low cut and high cut here. So you have a high pass filter over here and a low pass filter over here. If you want to do some shaping, some toning, mix knob, and then this link switch will unlink the main saturation distortion knob from your output if you don't want it to gain compensate while you're dialing it in. So that's pretty much it, guys. Check back tomorrow. I'm gonna work on this beat some more tonight, add some more to it. You'll hear it tomorrow in tomorrow's live stream, the additions, and it progressed a little bit forward. I can't speak right now. So you'll see the progress tomorrow is my point. So definitely check back tomorrow. Check out those plugins. The link is in the description. There's also a link in the description for my video series titled PC Specs and how it relates to music production. So if you're looking to understand how your DAW works along with your computer's internals to help you produce music smoothly with no issues, no delays, no clicks, pops, crackling, audio dropouts, all these distracting things that'll pull you out of your workflow and your creative flow. check that video series out. It'll help you understand how everything works together to give you a smooth experience. So if you're having issues, that'll kind of help you understand what is causing the issue and what you need to improve. If you're looking to get a new rig, portable laptop rig, that'll give you some insight on what specs you need to pay attention to. RAM, CPU, hard drive storage, all that good stuff, to give you a smooth experience and support your workload and your workflow with whatever your function is in music production. Also, there is a link in the description for a growing playlist for these videos that I do multiple times a week. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, definitely check out that growing playlist. There's over 300 and probably 86 videos there. So if you're looking for more free plugins, 100% free, definitely check out that playlist. Tons of videos there presenting you guys with more free plugins, 100% free. Also, there is a link in the description for my new video series that I started this year titled 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every week for 52 weeks, every Saturday, I release a new video focusing on a key feature in Reaper. So definitely check that out. I think we're up to week 15 this Saturday. So we have 14 videos already there. So definitely check those out if you are interested. All right, guys, check back tomorrow. The beat will be more fleshed out, and we'll be diving into some more free compressors and some other plugins. So until then, thanks for watching. And as always, you will see me in the next video.